How did I shoot that? A commercial fashion shoot on the street. Today, in the studio. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Silva and you're watching Alex Silva Photography. Today, let's talk about one of my recent shoots that I did with Mariana Penilla, a local fashion designer that is a good friend of mine. What did we do? Well, we shot a commercial fashion shoot on the street. How did we do it, and what were the steps behind it? Oh well, let's talk about the inspiration. We wanted to create images with a flowing dress in the wind. We saw some images on the internet. We actually saw a video from Gavin Hoey that served as inspiration for this. I'm not sure we got the exact same look, but still the images look pretty interesting. We also wanted a look with a model under a spotlight, and I'm pretty sure we did achieve that. The gear that I used for this shoot, well, was my trusty Fujifilm X-T2, mostly with the 35mm lens, the XF35mm 1.4, but some close-ups were shot using the XF56mm f1.2. Lighting came from two Godox TT685. One was bare and the other was inside a Photoflex small octabox, which is actually my preferred softbox. We were on the street at around 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and I was using some parameters in order to pretty much nullify the ambient light and only use flashes. So the location was a street, but not any street. It was a location that I had previously scouted, and we chose that place because just in a really small space we had many different interesting backdrops, whether they came from simple walls of some houses and one particular gate that had this rusty finish, and it was pretty cool. So we chose that location. When it came to post-processing after the shoot, in essence, in order to obtain a uniform look, in most of these images I adjusted the exposure, increasing it just a bit. Same goes for the contrast. I wanted a bit more contrast, and I wanted a bit more details in the shadow areas. But I also then decreased the value of highlights, and I increased the color temperature just a bit because I wanted something a bit warmer than what I was getting out of the camera. And in many cases I did some selective edits in order to properly expose the face of the model compared to the dress. And there's another thing that I have to mention out of this shoot is that I worked with a great team of collaborators. Of course, Mariana served as the designer, but also as the model in this case. Her sister, Mary, was an assistant for the shoot, but also one of our video camera operators, and she did a fantastic job. Margarita, a friend of mine, but also a friend of the Penilla sisters, served as a general assistant, and she was seriously helpful. And my last assistant, but also video camera operator, was Fernando, which is a current friend of mine, or a current student of mine, and she did also a fantastic job. Without further ado, enjoy the images. I really hope you found this video informative, interesting, entertaining. If that is the case, like it, comment it, and of course, subscribe to the channel. But most important, please remember to keep learning and keep shooting. See you next week.